there, good to see you again. Hey, I'm just in the middle of making one of these fantasy frames for my computer. Look at that, brilliant, isn't it? They're great for jazzing up a boring computer monitor like this, or even a portable TV screen. And the great thing is, they make whatever's on the screen look even better. Now, if you remember, this is where I got up to last time, so if you want to try it yourself, first, measure your computer or TV screen and draw a rectangle the same size onto some cardboard box card. Draw a bigger rectangle round that one, about 8 centimetres wider all the way round. Next, draw your fantasy shape. If you're doing a Stone Age one, draw 2 big boulders at the top and bottom, and don't forget to make the edges craggy and rock-like. Make sure that your design doesn't hang over where your screen will be, and then cut it out. To make it bulky, scrunch up some newspaper and tape into place, making sure that the corners are rounded. Do the same all over your frame and then cover in 1 layer of PVA glue and tissue, and make sure that you seal where the newspaper and card meets. Next, hold it in front of your screen in the correct position and mark the back of the frame where it meets the top of your computer. Stick a couple of toothpaste boxes above this line so that the frame can now sit on your monitor in the correct position. So, to turn your paper and card frame into stone, it's just a case of painting it. Use poster or acrylic paint, and a good way to paint your rocks is to do a base coat of grey first, so I'll just slop that on like that. This is acrylic paint. I always like using acrylic paint because it dries really hard and with a really good protective finish. Or you can get the same effect with poster paint with a little bit of PVA glue mixed in with it. Again, you get that protective coating. And when you've painted it grey like this, to add to the stony effect, just dab in some black down there, around the edges, down in all those nooks and crannies, really to pick them out, and just blend it in with the grey. See the way I'm doing that in there, like that? And you could even dab on some white or lighter grey flecks just across the top there. See that? Again, just to give it a nice stony finish. And again, on that one there. And if you paint the whole of your frame in exactly the same way, you'll end up with something that looks like that. Fantastic, isn't it? And you notice I've even painted the back and the boxes black just to neaten it up. And now you just hang your fantasy frame on your monitor. And on it goes, and there it is. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. And you know, you can do any fantasy design you like on your frame. Just draw a basic frame onto your card, and remember, this inside area is the same size as your computer or TV screen. Then decide on a theme and draw it onto this outside frame. Now, this one is a sort of fantasy woodland design, and the idea is to pad it out with bits of scrunched up or twisted newspaper and just tape those into place and twist them and bend them into the shape of your picture. Put plenty of tape on to make it really paddy and squidgy. Cover it in tissue and glue mixture, paint it, and when it's dry, you'll have something that looks like this. Brilliant, isn't it? And then you just hang it on your monitor and really brighten up those boring computer screens. And you could design a fantasy computer frame to suit your computer program, like my woodland design. Or you could find a screensaver to match your frame. And you could even do one for your television screen. This vicious cat has got garden wire whiskers. Try it yourself, your own fantasy computer frames.
Ridiculous!
Haha, this gives me an idea for a big art attack.
You know, a lot of people ask me where I get all my ideas from for Art Attack. Well, I get them from anywhere and everywhere. In fact, I get lots of inspiration from the ideas you send in to my Art Attack scrapbook. They're brilliant. Just like this colourful collage by Steve Byron. He's used lots of cut-out bits of paper, and I really like the scrunched-up tissue flowers. And Amber Johnson has drawn this dancing girl in pencil and then added some gentle colours with a wash of watercolour. Beautiful. And here's a good idea. Jessica Hall has used plaster of Paris to make her model fish and then suspended it in a painted box to make a tank. And look at this. Faye Lewis went in search of the perfect pebble to make this cute paperweight. So, OK, Faye, how did you do it?
To make my pebble paperweight, I drew my design with black pen. Then I painted it with acrylic paint.
Yes, brilliant Art Attacks. Hey, painting rocks and stones, nice one. And you don't have to stop there. Do you know what? This has given me a great idea for forming my own band. A rock band. And here it is, look at that. This one's a 4-piece band consisting of guitarist, drummer, keyboards, and down there on vocals, Pebble Spice.
Now, to make one of these rock musicians, you need to find an oval stone, nice big one that's quite smooth. Then you need a piece of cardboard box card, and the idea is to lay the pebble down and line it up so that the bottom of the pebble is sitting at the bottom of the card like that. Then draw around the pebble just to get the shape, and then remove the pebble. Then decide what rock musician you want to make. Now, I'm going to do a guitarist, so just draw your chosen musical instrument onto the shape of the pebble so that the bottom of the instrument sits along the bottom of the card. So I'm going to do a guitar. I think I'll do the old electric guitar shape. See, I know a bit about guitars, me. Don't believe me, do you? I do. I'll play a bit. Not very good, but I'll play a bit. There it is. And try to draw it so that some of the bottom edge of the instrument is flat. Now, this will help the musician to stand up. I'll just put a little bit more detail on there. And when you've drawn it, just paint it. Nice bright colours. You can use poster or acrylic paint. I'm just going to do this really quickly to show you. As ever on Art Attack, I have to do it quickly. You can take your time. And once you've painted your instrument, cut it out, and you'll have something that looks like that. Look at that. You've got a guitar there with a flat bottom to help your musician to stand up. And you can add in a little bit more detail with a fine black felt pen. Next, you need to do your rock musician. So take your stone and hold the instrument roughly in place and just make a mark just above the instrument like that. There. And then use a pen or pencil to draw in the character. Now, do his facial features above the mark so that you'll actually see them above the guitar. So I'm going to do his hairline in up there, and I'll give him a bandana across the top just to make him look really trendy or rock musician-y. And then put in the features there. And I don't know that rock musicians are very trendy nowadays, are they? There you go. And I think we'll have a moustache there. Again, all above the line so that you'll be able to see them above the guitar. And then a mouth where he's grimacing, because guitarists always seem to pull funny faces, don't they? Perhaps the strings are hurting their fingers, I don't know. And then you can put the clothes in below the line, like that. One there like that. Just give him a funny chin in there. And when you're happy with the design, paint it. Now, it's very important that you use acrylic paint, or you can use poster paint, but you have to mix it with PVA glue so that it will stick to the stone and not flake off. And it's also very important that when you're painting it, you don't leave any gaps. Make sure you cover the whole of the pebble or stone in paint. And I'll just do a bit of black on his hair there to show you. There it goes. This is acrylic paint I'm using. So it all sticks nicely and creates a nice skin on the pebble. And when you've painted the whole thing, you'll have something that looks like that. Look at that. Heavy, man. Next, you need to put some PVA glue on the back of your instrument. And the idea is to just put neat PVA glue. Don't mix it with water this time. And just put it into position on your musician. Place it on, squeeze it on, and then hold it into place. Now, you have to hold it into place until the glue actually dries. And when it has dried, you just check that the pebble balances when you stand your musician up. See that? Yeah, nice one. If he does fall back, you can cut a little bit off the bottom flat part of the guitar until it balances. And there he is. There you have your rock guitarist. And you can do any musician you like. How about a keyboard player leaning on his cardboard keyboards? Or even a singer leaning on a cardboard microphone? Or what about a drummer propped up against his cardboard drums? Or you could even design your own rock footballers and paint them in your favourite football team's strip and prop them up against the cardboard football. Or how about a rock mermaid and she's leaning up against her cardboard tail? It's up to you. Create any character you like and turn little rocks into little rock stars. Try it yourself. To form your own rock band, take a nice smooth oval pebble and place it along the bottom edge of some cardboard box card and draw around it. Then, draw your instrument onto the cardboard using the pebble shape as a guide. Make sure that the instrument sits on the bottom edge of the card. Then, paint it and cut it out. Next, place your instrument on the pebble and make a mark at the top of the instrument. Draw in your character's facial features above that line and the clothes beneath the line. Paint the stone with acrylic paint, making sure that you don't leave any gaps. You can use poster paint mixed with PVA glue. Finally, stick the instrument to the stone using PVA glue, and when it's dry, you'll have created your very own rock star. And that's it for today. So have fun with your own art attacks, and don't forget, you don't need to be a great artist to art attack. I'll see you next week on CITV for another Art Attack Twice Weekly. Ta-ra!